2022. I'm hot, I'm sweating. What a way to celebrate our carnival season. What a way to celebrate Black History Month in February. This programming is brought to you by our Diversity and Inclusion Board that has done incredible with the programming. So much fun, so much education. I want to give a round to all of our board members for really upping that and taking this board to the next level. Where are our board members? Raise your hand. They have brought so many fun things to us. We just had the celebration Chinese lion dancers on the West Bank just a few days ago, so this is just incredible. But this presentation is brought to you because February is Black History Month, and it's a time to celebrate the central role of African Americans in our United States history. Their fight for equality motivates us to continue working towards a more positive parish, and certainly Carnival season and this history that we have is so very important. So today I'm very pleased and honored to stand here with Councilwoman Van Rankin, Councilman Dino Bonanno at the Yenni Building, as we honor and welcome the Zulu Social Aid and Pleasure Club, the Zulu Tramps. The Zulu Tramps. We were very honored to have them last year. They paraded and danced with us in our council chambers. I don't think that council chambers ever saw such a thing before. But Zulu traces its origins to 1909 when the founders paraded as a marching club. Between 1912 and 1940, the group had adopted the name Zulu and an African theme for their costume. Mr. Darren Meir, a representative of Zulu Social Aid and Pleasure Club, will provide more information about the rich history of Zulu and the significance and designs of the Zulu costumes and a little later in today's program. So with that, I want to bring up our chairwoman for the Diversity and Inclusion Board, Ms. Eileen Bernard. Come on up, Eileen. Thank you for your leadership, and I'll turn the mic over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Should I ask them if they want to say something?
Yeah.
Councilman Van Rankin, Councilman Bonanno, would y'all like to have anything to say before we start?
You go first. We'll talk about
Spearheaded
that.
this effort.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Madam President, Dr. Vanessa Zimmerman, members of the Jefferson Parish Council, distinguished guests, and the Diversity and Inclusion Board members. We are all grateful to each of you for being here today and your continued support. The fundamental importance of diversity and inclusion recognizes the necessity to create an environment that supports the well-being of all individuals, employees, and residents. We invite you to visit our Diversity and Inclusion Board tables set up to your left and right with the orange tablecloths, and how you can get more involved in promoting diversity and inclusion. On behalf of the Jefferson Parish Diversity and Inclusion Board, we celebrate Black History Month. We want to introduce you to an organization rooted in history and African American culture, the Zulu Social Aid and Pleasure Club. It is a vital part of history and a part of the fabric that defines Carnival season. And at this time, I'd like to call up Miss Donnie Lewis.
Hello, everyone. As I begin to welcome our guests and introduce the mayor, Danny, we're going to give him a Jefferson Parish welcome. Like, I want y'all to follow me. Everybody put your hands up. And we gonna say it real loud. Hail Zulu! Hail Zulu! Welcome, Mr. Darren Meir.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
I first want to thank Jefferson Parish government for inviting us once again. We were here in 2020, and we had a fabulous time. And obviously, it's bigger and better. We see more people. So that it's good. You guys moved outside, and I think it's great for Jefferson Parish. I think it's great for our organizations to partner together. I want to obviously thank our Jefferson Parish President, Cynthia Sheng. I want to thank the council members, Dino Bonanno and Jennifer Van Rankin, for joining us today. My name is Darren Meir, and I'm with the Zulu Social Aid and Pleasure Club. We're excited to be here. We're going to talk a little bit about our history briefly, because I don't want to say the same thing over and over every year, so we're going to change it up a little bit. But the reality is Zulu was formed in 1909, a group of laborers that called themselves the Tramps. And so this walking group here that leads our parade, the walking group behind us, some of the members here, they took the name, the first name of Zulu. They called themselves the Tramps. They actually went to see a play provided by the Smart Set at the Pythian Theater in the 1100 block of Perdido Street. And the name of the comedy, it was a comedy, and the name of the comedy was, well, there never was and never will be a king like me. And it was about a tribe in Zulu. So at that point in time, these guys went back and they basically formed the organization. And they called themselves a Tramp. They paraded through various neighborhoods in the city of New Orleans, and eventually it became bigger, and it became the Zulu Social Aid and Pleasure Club at that point. And we've developed along the way. Our first king had a lard can as his crown. He had a banana stalk as his scepter. Our first throw was the obviously coveted coconut. We didn't have money. These men didn't have money for throws, so they went to the French market, and they basically bought some coconuts, and eventually they started giving out coconuts. And eventually it developed over time. They started draining the coconut, and now we decorate them, and now it's one of the most coveted items during the Mardi Gras season. So, I want to just share that brief history with you. We were incorporated in 1916, and we've been in existence since. One of our most famous kings was Louis Armstrong. He was one of the larger kings that we had in Zulu. But we elect a king every single year, and that's the highest ranking person in Zulu. It's a popularity contest, obviously, but obviously in order to win king, you have to have done a lot of things in an organization. So we're happy to be a part of Jefferson Parish and be a part of the Diversity Inclusion Board presenting Zulu today. I want to talk a little bit about the Zulu Tramps. These gentlemen, along with One Mind Brass Band, we always have a brass band that actually walks with the Tramps on Mardi Gras Day, but the Tramps lead the parade. They're a walking organization, and they're in front of the Zulu King's float. And the idea of the Tramps walking in front of the King's float is to draw excitement before anyone sees the King. Everyone is coming out to get throws and see the King of Zulu, but we want to make sure there's a lot of excitement before that King comes down the street. So these gentlemen, they actually take their time, 6 months out the year, developing their costume concepts. So each year, most times, many of these guys have a new costume. They develop new concepts. Part of the costume is they obviously have to have a black face. We always have to have at least one white eye and one white mouth. But they each have their own concept of what they want for their costume. And so it's sort of a competition each year. Everyone tries to outdo the other one. They try to have the prettiest costume that's out there on Mardi Gras Day. I'm also going to talk a little bit about myself. I was the mayor. I got elected as the mayor of Zulu in 2019. So this year we decided to do something different. We provided the costume that I rode in on the float. Similar concept. It's part of me. Like these guys come and they have their own concept of what they want for their costume. I sort of did the same thing. My colors are red and blue. As you can see, on one side is the streetcar and a lantern on the right side of the costume on the collar. I live on St. Charles Avenue, so all the parades pass in front of my door. So I wanted something that represented where I live and New Orleans. So I decided to put the streetcar there because every morning I hear it. I don't need an alarm clock. I always hear the streetcar. On the other side, I have, and actually at the bottom, I also have the Zulu Club with my picture in front of the Zulu Club. The mayor character in Zulu, there's 7 characters in Zulu, and the mayor character in Zulu, he's the magistrate of Zululand. So anything the king needs, the mayor provides it. And so I wanted to make sure I had a picture in front of the Zulu Club, which was my Zululand at the time. So again, that's all part of what we do each year in Zulu. Again, there's 7 characters that lead up, that follow the king. We have the king, we have the big shot, the witch doctor who provides good weather. We have the ambassador, we have the mayor, we have the governor, we have the province prince, and we have the Mr. Big Stuff. So that's the 7 characters that we have in Zulu plus the Zulu King. So I want to, again, thank everyone for joining us today. I especially thank the Diversity Inclusion Board, Ms. Eileen Bernard, Ms. Lewis, Udonis Lewis, and Dr. Vanessa Zimmerman for once again, letting Zulu be a part of you. I think it's important. I wish more people were as inclusive as Jefferson Parish, trying to bring people together of different cultures. And we'll have a better community, a better region if we all did this and worked together and came together, and not just for events like Final Four and Mardi Gras. We need to do this every day. So I want to thank the Jefferson Parish Diversity Inclusion Board for being so progressive in this moment. Thank you.
I would be remiss if I didn't share with you all my favorite Zulu story. As a child, my father had a good friend named Milton Bienemy, who was a big member of Zulu. And he would send my brothers and sisters each a coconut. My sister decided one year to talk to my parents about planting it. She wanted to grow a coconut tree. So they let her plant it in the backyard. 6 months later, summertime's coming, my mom sends my younger brother out to dig up the dead plants. Now this is a true story. He digs up the gold coconut and comes running in the house. We're rich, I found gold. That's a true story. Thank you.
Give him his gold. Here's your gold.
Representing the Zulu coconut.
Thank you.
Obviously.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll cherish this. This
Thank
is
you.
awesome. And actually, the last parade you were in, you threw bananas.
I threw bananas.
So,
Okay.
he took a cue from y'all.
When we met probably 2 years ago, we wanted to do a next level for the Diversity and Inclusion Board, and what do you think you did? Huh? How about that? How about that?
Bang up job.
The purpose of this board is to educate about different cultures through a fun way, and I think this is a perfect example of how we're doing that. So, to the Zulu Tramps and the One Line Brass Band? One Mind? One Mind Brass Band, thank you for celebrating Black History Month with us. Thank you for being a part of our rich culture. Thank you for being here in Jefferson Parish with us. We look forward to seeing you on Mardi Gras Day. And we do have a certificate for your participation with us today. Be it known that for participation in Jefferson Parish's Diversity and Inclusion event celebrating Black History Month, we have conferred this certificate upon you for all the wonderful things that you do for us. Okay? And then I think we have some food trucks here. We have Kuzans, and then with barbecue, and then Horace Eat That. Is that right? Am I saying it right? Incredible food trucks. So again, thank you so much for being with us today. Eileen, you want to say anything else? Yeah. I think they want everybody to dance with y'all, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
We have to give a special thanks, not only to you, Madam President, but to Dr. Zimmerman, because she puts in a lot of this hard work with us. She is a vital part of what we do.
Come on, Dr. Zimmerman. So y'all gonna perform again, and we're gonna invite everybody to dance? Is that okay? Okay. So this crowd, I just saw you all with the dance party that we did on National Have Fun Day at Work. They want us to dance with them, so get on the dance floor for the next performance, everybody. Thank you so much to the Zulu Tramps.